So Integrated Deployment Manager is very tightly coupled with version control conceptually. So originally this was just part of version control. And then we had a couple customers that just wanted to deploy things over the web. They didn't want version control, but now they have to buy it to get this. So we broke it out into a separate product. You can definitely use it as a separate product. We have some customers that do, but typically it's part of version control. So coming back into the control suite, under deploy, when I created your backup of your database, you have one project. So that's already there, and I'll show you why that's there in a minute. When we went through version control yesterday, it wasn't there, and I wasn't able to show you a feature, so we'll go back to that. So the concept here is you can create deployment projects, put things into those projects, and then run them and deploy all the things you put in. So I might want to, let's create a new project, call it whatever we want. Where do I want to deploy it to? So when I run it, where's it going to go? Well, in my environment, I just have dev and prod, so I'll always do it as prod. And whenever I run it, I'm going to run it as a certain user. Or I could say, you know, when it runs, prompt me. Or go ahead and run it as whoever is logged in. And then we have this concept to allow tagging. I'm going to come back to that. That's the integration with version control. So I'll come back to what that means. So I created a project. I have different properties of this project. In a demo, you're just going to leave it at that. But I can say, do I want to include the contact, the descriptions, retention options, run options, security. So what do I want to include when I move it? And then what things do I want to move? So I'll say that when I run it, I want to move the jobs folder. Not move, I want to promote it. I'm not taking it away. Maybe I want to grab a couple reports. But we can move anything, so pick any object that you want, and we can go in and get to all sorts of things. In theory, I believe we're supposed to get to be able to get to database connections and things, but I'm not quite sure how to do that. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. We'll have to ask Andy about that. I generally don't come here in a demo. I just say, you can pick folders, reports. Really, you can pick any object. But let's ask Andy when we come back, because I don't know why that is. And then tagged versions, we'll come back to that. So the purpose of this project was I created a project. I'm not going to allow anyone to tag to it. Come back to what that means. So in this project, I'm specifically saying promote this stuff here. I can see it. At any point in time, I can come in and run it. And then we'll be able to go in and take a look at that run history. It's successful, and here's the things that promoted. So we have customers that's what they want to do. Every Friday night, I want to promote these 2 packages and these 10 reports, and we're good to go. What we see, the common use case for it, is to set up a project that says, every week I'm going to promote this project. And I have a lot of developers out there that are building things. I don't want them to tell me in an email, hey, can you promote this report? What I want them to do is tag it to this project. So automatically when I run this project every week, anything that they said I want to promote, we're going to promote. Bless you. So when I created this project, the key difference there is I checked this box. If we come back to security, under secured capabilities, self-service promotion, when we looked at version control, and we went to the revision history of an object, we had the ability to promote it. So if we come back here, we'll log in as, again, I use Ari most of the time. So we come into, I believe we have, oh, we deleted some things. That's all right, let's take a look at, we don't have that one, that's all right. I'll come in and just open one of these reports. Typically in a demo, at this point we've already created some sample stuff and there's versions of things, but that's okay if you don't have one. So I open this. One thing to keep in mind, remember we put change management on, and when you're done demoing it, you want to take it off, because if you have it on, I can't do anything. I have to check it out and do stuff, and that's intrusive. So I'm going to come in and make a change. I'm going to save it with comments. What you see here now, what I couldn't show yesterday because I didn't have a project, is we have this tag for promotion. Now I'm going to set that up. So as a developer, I'm telling whomever is going to run that project, hey, this report, this version, I want you to promote that. It's ready to be promoted. The reason that I did that is for this developer, they don't have the ability to promote it themselves. So if I were to take that capability away, they wouldn't see this stuff. Most companies don't want everyone to develop, that can develop to promote. So typically, in my secured capabilities, I'm not going to let a lot of people have that option. I'm going to restrict it to just a couple people. Assuming that's the case, Ari doesn't have the ability to do this. He won't even see this. So Ari comes out, he tagged this version to a project, and then he decides, wait a minute, I wanted one last change. So when he tagged it, he was on version 2, let's say. Now he made another change and hit version 3. Okay. And he forgets he tagged it. Come back into Sally, and Sally's getting ready to run this weekly deployment. She's going to come in and take a look at anything that was tagged. She can see, Ari tagged version number 1 of this report. Well, she can come in to this particular one and select what version she wants. What she sees is that number 1 was tagged, but there's actually a second version. So let's go ahead and change it. So let's tag that one. So now number 2 is the one we're going to promote. And she can go ahead and run it. So you can definitely use this module and specifically pick the things you want to do and run it from here, and you don't have to back it up, export it, import it. That's nice. If you own version control, this module is really important because now you don't have to let everyone promote things. You can create projects and let them tag them, and then specific people can promote them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so when you say taking project is happening,
yeah, that's right. When I created this, I didn't pick any objects. I could say promote all these things and let's add some things. And now that I've promoted it, you can see this is gone. I've already promoted it. I don't need it in here anymore. Good question. So when I take a look at this one, when I set it up, I said promote it to production. It will promote it to production in the same place that it's in development. If you have self-service promotion, I have the ability in self-service promotion, I can say I want to promote it. I'll log into production, and I want to promote it to here. So you have a little bit more discretion to do that.
Yeah.
That's the downside in Integrated Deployment Manager is you'll get questions. I can say I want to promote it to production, but I can't say where. So it's kind of like Cognos' export and import, where when you export it, it knows where it came from. When you import it, it's going to put it at that same place in the new environment.
But at least you can just do it.
That's right. And you can promote things from a couple different places. In self-service promotion, I can pick where I want it. In MetaManager, backup restore, I have tons of options.
Yeah.
So if promoting things is a primary concern, I like to show deployment, but I also like to show MetaManager's backup restore. Backup restore is where you have full discretion.